What's the mother tea? I'm here with Trixie Mattel, and listen, we are gonna get into full drag. We're gonna get the Texas pageant fantasy. So let's clock that tea and let's get started, honey.
Hi, it's Trixie. Welcome back to the channel. I mean, you know what it is. We f***ing have Mistress Isabelle Brooks in the house today. I don't want to shower you with compliments.
But please do.
You have my favorite makeup I've ever seen on RuPaul's Drag Race. You make every other one of those f***ers look like dogs.
And I want it to be known this is after she filmed with Marsha, so I guess I do wear a little bit more.
Well, did you see us force Marsha into makeup? What did you think of my symmetry in that video?
It was on par with what I expected.
I know. Everybody was like, the symmetry sucks, but I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen.
They're like, the vision's there. You have a lot of potential.
The intention. I think 15 years into drag, I'm just finally about to get it, you know?
Soon, I feel it.
So I'm gonna glue my brows down, and Miss Isabelle is gonna do her brow magic, and we will be-
Wait. Because I had the girls tagging me on Twitter. They were talking about you and Katya talking about me on the podcast. It's Mistress. I hate when people call me Isabelle. That's like pet peeve.
Really?
Yeah, like I wanted to reach over and just choke you.
Oh my God, I thought
But
it
you
was
are
like,
giving like Jeffrey Dahmer today, so I'm kind of scared, so I will be on my best behavior.
You know what? I thought it was like President Joe Biden. I didn't know if it was Mistress Isabelle Brooks.
Like, I guess it should be Isabelle Brooks, but that's kind of like a little too puss for me. Like, if you were calling me like, oh, Isabelle, like I probably wouldn't turn around.
Mistress is way more like nasty and What's your real name? Do you want to say?
Israel.
Israel
Isabelle.
Beautiful name. Paris, Israel, I love like location names.
Alabama.
Chicago.
Arkansas.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Look who we are, look where we are. This is still an upgrade from the hair I actually have. Like,
Stop.
That's the sad thing. What's the goal today? What's the look? Are you just gonna vibe or do you have a plan?
So I'm giving like beautiful Princess Grimace, because you know Grimace just celebrated his birthday with McDonald's.
Right.
So that's what the outfit will be giving. The eye look's gonna be giving very like signature Mistress white eyelid, big, draggy.
You really go in on that makeup. Like you have I don't know what to say other than you really just have some of the best makeup I've ever seen. I've ever seen in my life. My jaw was on the floor when I saw you for the first time. I didn't see your season until I did the Squirrel Friends pod, and I know everyone's excited. I'm happy for everyone there. I'm sure everyone's a great person. You walk into every room knowing that you're gonna have the best makeup anyone's ever seen. Honestly.
Yes, honestly. I walk in and was like, you know, I know I'm gonna bring something different. That's the hard thing about going on Drag Race though, because I feel like you get there and a lot of the girls are kind of on the same level. But
not on your level, bitch.
Clock that tea.
How did you learn to do makeup?
When I first started, so I started doing drag when I was like 17. And when I started, we were still burning CDs to go to the shows. And like, it was very old school. And then I'm in Texas, so it's very traditional.
Very.
And like at that time, there wasn't like a lot of YouTube tutorials on like makeup, especially drag makeup. So I would just look at like pictures of like queens that I liked, and like I would look at it and see what I liked about their makeup.
What you would steal and what you wouldn't steal.
Very that.
Yeah.
And then of course, like I think as I started like diving in more, I started focusing more on the shapes and like what looks good, not only when you're done in the mirror, but like what looks good on stage, or like when people are taking pictures of you or recording you. So
totally.
Stuff like that.
I think people who try to wear as much makeup as you do, they don't think of their head as three-dimensional. So like it looks amazing from the front and then they turn and it looks whack. But yours looks great from the side, the front, the bottom. I'm just so happy for you. Most people do Drag Race, me included, and you watch it and you go, oh, I look like shit. But you're never gonna have to have that experience. That's so great. Who's the other great makeup artist from your season, you think?
I think that people really sleep on the twins. The twins are they take the absolute longest to get ready, but Sugar and Spice, their makeup is so like sharp. Irene got ready super fast the one episode she was there, so that was very impressive.
Girl, we had Silky on the channel. No joke, 20 minutes.
Oh, that's very Irene.
20 minutes.
It looks sickening.
No, that's what I'm saying. Silky always looks gorgeous. I'm like, 20 minutes? And then like, I remember on season 7, Max, truly 4.5 hours to put on a mole. Max, I love you, you know that's the tea. Truly 4.5 hours to put a sequin right here.
But I mean, that was also the cool part about like helping the twins while they're on the show. Like, I would be like, baby, you don't need to fully like liquid contour and highlight every time.
TikTok generation makeup, which is 47,000 steps for something very simple, right? It's like the more you can make a meal out of like putting on brows, the more like it's good, but sometimes you just gotta put it on and move on with your life. Girl, it's drag. Sorry, I just gotta push my hair back, sorry.
You wanna be me so bad, but stop playing with me.
Ladies, when you just pull your hair off. But I honestly, on this channel, like doing makeup on YouTube has made me so much more aware of which steps actually do something and which steps don't.
But I mean, also, I don't know, like, if you're the same way, but I have different mugs depending on what I'm doing. Because I feel like when you're filming, like, it's obviously going to show up a lot more.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
when you're on stage, you can go a little more heavy, like.
For stage, I usually just end up doing neutrals, like blacks and whites and grays. Those are the big venues. Like, Katya and I do some really big venues. Or Work the World. Girl, they're going to see your eyelid. They're going to see your lips. And that's about it. Like, well, I mean, it's a big theater.
Some of the theaters you go to, they be having, like, these insane cameras, though.
And
like, it's like, ooh.
And while you're performing, you turn and see yourself and you're like,
no, literally, you're like, is that me?
You're like, that's not what I thought I looked like. Okay. You started drag in Texas, which, you know, when I first started traveling for Drag Race, I loved going to Texas because it felt like while the rest of the world was having a conversation about how much makeup I wear, I could go to Texas as my safe space because the other drag queens all had giant hair and makeup.
Oh, most definitely.
You know, maybe my spirit is from Texas because in drag, I look the fool till the end, and honestly, sometimes during. Sometimes I look a fool until
I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad you know.
I know. Oh, believe me, if you want to know if you look foolish, run a YouTube channel.
Stop.
Like watching videos of yourself putting makeup on. Sometimes I think something is such a serve, and then I'm like, so how many times did you audition for RuPaul's Drag Race?
I auditioned for Drag Race 3 times, and this is my second time getting casted.
Second time getting casted. What does that mean?
I broke my ankle the first time, so I couldn't move forward with the stuff.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm kind of glad that didn't happen though, because so I was originally like in the process of season 13, which would have been really sickening, but you know, that was really affected by the pandemic. So looking back, I was like, okay, everything happened for a reason, it's cool. But I'm glad I didn't, because at that point, I would have really been like TV villain, because I was very like, I'm a pageant girl and this is what we do. And if you're not doing it this way, if you're not doing Get On Up, you're not doing drag. If you're not doing a Whitney Houston mix on stage, it's not giving.
Oh,
like,
would we have been friends in the drag world?
We're not friends now.
No, I mean, like, if you saw me in the wild, was I the type of drag queen who'd have been like, well, get the
No, I'm honestly just joking, like, kind of, but I really love drag as a whole. But, like, back then, I don't know, because kind of like you said, you give, like, kind of traditional drag in a weird way.
Honestly, you know what is so crazy?
It really is.
Like, it is. Kimchi and I were just talking about this, where I was like, Kim, people used to say how weird you and I are, and now Kim and I are, like, old school, because we, like, have breasts on. Do you know what I mean? Because we have nails on. Like, I don't know when
I would see you doing Get On Up in the club.
For no money. But yes, I would do it. No one would tip me. I never had like a whatever you want. I never had that type of number, but I wish I did.
I feel like you could bring it.
You know what I started doing? Shirley Bassey, Get This Party Started. That's kind of that, right?
That is.
But I always thought you had to be a little older to do that.
I was just about to say that's like old, like 60-year-old drag queen who's been hosting the show for like 32 years.
Tempest, just say Tempest. I'm interested. You watched Drag Race before being on it, of course.
I swear to God, I was not a big Drag Race fan before I was on the show. Not because I don't like the show, but I've done drag full time since I was 17. That's kind of how I supported myself, and like drag was my life. So when I'm not doing drag, I like the separation. So I'm not the type of person to like come home from work and want to watch more work. You know what I mean? And plus, before I was on Drag Race, bitch, I was bitter. I was like, girl, I should be there. I need my money. Sorry, that's just like the truth.
Thank you for being honest. I can't even tell you guys. There's a genre of local girls who are very nice and friendly to drag race queens. And then there's a genre of local girls who are like,
you know, are evil. Bitch, you know.
But they're like, I don't even watch the show. I'm like, but bitch, you do.
But bitch, you should, and you need to, and you want to.
Oh my God, I have no eyebrows on. I almost just started doing concealer on my eyebrows because you were doing it, but I have no eyebrows on.
Have you ever used tattoo brows?
No.
I feel like you would love them.
I bet I would. Early in my drag career, I was airbrushing them with a stencil because I loved the super symmetry.
Okay.
Do you get scared placing them?
You love symmetry?
Well, that's the problem. The only chance I have is a stencil. And then they might be symmetrical, but the placement is wrong.
Look, I'm saying that and the fans are gonna be like, bitch, your eyebrows are like crooked as
No. This is a safe space for up makeup. So if you're gonna go on a channel and do a bad job, this is the channel, because I look horrible on this channel all the time. And I own a makeup company. But I think I represent the consumer in that way. We all have bad days. You know, how can I sell makeup if I come on here and intimidate people with my precision application every day? You know?
So you're saying you do it on purpose?
Absolutely. Do you like guys or girls?
I like guys. I like a good thug.
Ooh, a thug? Okay.
Please don't get me started on my type of man, because I'll really get into it.
No, I like thug. I got arrested once.
So what were you arrested for, babe?
Well, I was arrested in Australia by the government for immigration. Do your immigration paperwork correctly when you tour, because the jig is up. They know that the dolls have wigs on and they're making coins and they're ready to snatch those coins away from us. I lied the whole time. Even though I could have told the truth, I kept lying. Don't lie at immigration.
What were you saying? Okay,
girl, the Australian government was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? what are you doing in Australia? And I said, oh, I'm just like on vacation. And they went, really? Because we got this from your website. You're a drag queen and you're on tour, so you're not working, you're not getting paid for all these dates. And I said,
oh.
Nope. And then they took and opened my suitcase and pulled out all my merch and laid it out. And they said, so you're not selling this merch? And I said, no, I like my weight fluctuates. I have all different sizes. I like, not even good lies. Do the paperwork. Do you drink?
Not when I'm in drag, not when I'm working. But out of drag, I will get completely blacked out and have a good time. But maybe like once a year.
Love that. What's the drink? Like, what's the drink of choice?
Very feminine, fruity cocktails. Like, I need to feel the fantasy.
Like an appletini or like.
I want like a blue Hawaiian, like a little sex on the beach, like something real cute.
I love those like 60s tropical drinks. They're like super pineapple-y, rummy. Oh, I knew I liked something about you. I like classy drinkers.
You know.
That's why Nick and I don't get along.
But I had to stop because the last time I was in West Hollywood, I was acting a fool.
Oh, what did you do?
Like, my fans, like the people who love Mistress, they like how I am. So like, they'll be like, oh my God, Mistress, I love you. And I'll be like, shut up, fag. So this man kept touching my boyfriend and kept touching his arm. And I go, hey, please don't touch my man. He goes, oh, this is your man? And I was so drunk, I got my drink and threw it in his face. At Mickey's. And then instead of I was ready to fight. In Houston, we fight. I threw the drink in his face, all over him. And he was like, oh my God, thank you, Mistress. I love you so much. And my boyfriend was like, you're f***ing crazy and your fans are crazy.
Holy shit. I never have people on this channel who wear more makeup than I do. This is amazing. You really have confidence, and I feel like with drag makeup, the biggest thing that holds people back is they apply product like this.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, put it on.
I feel like another person who I always watch and I admire their makeup is, I feel like no one ever talks about it. Bianca Del Rio be painted and she paints so fast.
Well, you know, she doesn't have much life left. She's trying to live.
What did you think about her on the pit stop?
I mean, listen, I love the pit stop in general.
Okay. Okay.
Bob's my favorite host.
I don't like Bob.
Oh!
Please don't bring her up. You know, me and Bob had like an online rap beef, and she thought because she had a better microphone than me that like it was so amazing. And I don't want to really get into it, but just know I'm coming for you, bitch. Nothing's fake. Nothing's ever fake. Everything's real. It's on the internet. Duh.
You know, I get along with people like you because I really prefer people where I always know exactly where they're at. Do you know what I mean? You say what you feel. You say what you have a problem with. I like that. You coming over here today to do this with me, I know it's because you wanted to, not because someone told you to. You know what I mean? And you're already regretting it, and that's fine.
No, and let me stop before the girls come. No, our little rap thing was very interesting, but I am gonna clap back at Bob very soon. When I get a microphone, it's over for you, bitch.
When I get a microphone, it's
testing 1, 2, 3. You haven't even commented on my t-shirt or nothing. That's very rude.
Oh, do you have this for merch?
Everyone come see me on Work the World where you can get my limited edition Mistress Isabelle shirt.
Hell yeah.
It's like a cute little like hip hop Tupac design.
Oh yeah, it is.
Very sickening.
Look at all the money. That signifies them giving you the money.
This is Trixie and this is me. I'm like trying to get her money.
I don't know where all the drag queens started thinking that I'm Jeff Bezos, but let's just go with it. I guess I'm filthy rich because I own a microphone. That's what I'm understanding here today.
Honestly, you and Bob.
Yeah, we're both just flaunting our wealth. Work, bitch. Go in. Do you guys see that? Like, put on the Batman eye makeup,
But also,
bitch.
Look at this. I've had this brush. This is like a naked palette brush from like 20
With one side missing?
No, literally.
Work.
But what works, like that's what I'm saying. I will hold on to it till it's like gone.
I'm the same way. I will use makeup products till they're gone and not even have liked them. But part of me feels like I can't throw it away. I'm really amazed by how little brow bone you do. That's so pretty.
I feel like I don't have that much eye space.
The way that you have half your head painted without shadow and you're like, I feel like I have tiny eyes. My eyes have been watering so bad lately. Do you ever get that in drag?
No.
Great.
Maybe you're not meant to do drag.
Girl,
it's like your body's rejecting it. They're like, please stop.
Literally, ain't that the truth? You know what drag is for? What are you, 25?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's for 25-year-olds.
Oh, wow.
Do you know how old I am? I'm 46.
I gotta go. I shouldn't be here.
I'm 46 years old. I'm actually 33, and I'm actually concerned that you believe that.
Bitch, I did not believe that.
Your face looked like you believed it. You're like, I think you look good.
No, you're totally good for your age. You have so much energy.
I am in that middle age where everybody in drag is either in their 20s or 50. There's very few circulating at this age because everybody has a real job by now.
What's the last real job you worked? I've had one.
You mean like
I've had one real job.
A few weeks ago at the motel, we had a pool party and I ran drinks to people for the day.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. But I mean, actually had a job. My last real job was waiting tables at Rock Bottom Brewery in Milwaukee. And then I worked front desk at a salon called Scott Free Salon. And I had those jobs. I started traveling for Drag Race and like touring, but I kept those jobs because I was afraid. So I would still have, Drag Race was on the air and I was still answering phones at the salon.
Shut up.
Because I was scared. I was scared, what if I give away my job and then I have to come crawling back later?
Well, that's the thing too. Like, I feel like maybe in the early days of Drag Race, like everyone was a star, but one of the hardest parts, especially with our season, like just finishing airing, is like not everyone's gonna be a star and like live off of this forever. You know what I mean?
No. Not at all. It's not getting easier. There's not more jobs. There's just more drag queens.
Yeah.
You basically have to create something that doesn't compete with other drag queens in any way. If they're calling your phone because they need a drag queen, you've kind of already lost. They should be calling you because they want you and no one else. I'm gonna do my contouring. I have the new Trixie cream bronzer sticks here. These are just easy, so I'm just gonna do this.
My last real job was at MAC Cosmetics, and that was kind of like my only big boy job.
Oh, I worked in a MAC for 5 years.
And I hated it.
You did?
I did.
I loved it.
I was not meant for like retail.
I just did Glow Up, and the challenge was a MAC campaign, and MAC Corporate was there, and I was telling them I worked at a MAC, and they were like, oh, how long did you work there? And I was like, several years till I was fired.
I kind of got fired, but I quit before they fired me because I had like too many points. I was like, girl, just...
You knew what was coming on the pipe.
Literally.
You're like, get me out of here.
I was like, bye.
Who do you like to tour with? Who's the diva? Who's your dressing room girl?
I'm not, this like so like pageant-y answer. I genuinely have loved getting to work with all the girls. I don't know, like during my season, I only got booked by myself or with maybe like 1 or 2 girls for my season. Like getting to work with, I'm the only season 15 girl on Work the World, other than Sasha when she pops in occasionally. But getting to work with all the girls from former seasons is really cool. And like, especially at the meet and greet, I love working with Laganja. She's fucking insane. Oh yeah. Like, and then it's kind of crazy because her season was 10 years ago, but people still come to the meet and greet like, oh, girl. And it's like, ooh.
Yeah, Laganja's turned. Hi, Ganja. We've had her on the channel.
I love her. She's so funny.
We love her. We did a Laganja Estranja palette last year with Laganja.
Oh, they fully bring them to the meet and greet. Like, can you sign this?
Yes, I love Laganja. She's just such a star. I don't know how to describe it other than that bitch is a star. She's an amazing performer.
And it's so funny too, because like before the show, like we wake up and we get right in drag and do it. And she's like, oh girl, they're just gonna get consistency today. And she's fully like busting her legs open in the splits. So like, I'm like, girl, bye.
I know, she loves to she loves to be like, they're just gonna get what they get. And then she jumps off the building.
Yeah, just like fully acting crazy. I'm like, oh, shut up.
I'm having what I would consider a bad makeup day. How are you doing?
You know, I look flawless, beautiful, and my plan worked. I made her eyes water. I'm ruining her makeup so I look a little bit better.
Thank you. Yeah, I know I keep saying my eyes are watering, but really she just keeps taking up like a fork and just stabbing it into my leg. Can I ask, were you happy or sad or neutral about not winning Drag Race?
In that moment, I was of course sad because I wanted it so bad.
Right.
But looking back, I'm like happy. Because I mean, I feel like honestly, we all win regardless.
Of course.
And I think Sasha's a great representative. We travel and get to do everything, and someone just has a crown and someone doesn't. It is what it is.
That is 100% the healthiest approach and the most true.
I loved drag before Drag Race, and I love drag outside of the Drag Race stratosphere. And Sasha Colby's been a monumental person in the drag scene and the pageant scene. So I think it's cool to see someone who has worked so hard and has had such a long career get their dues.
Totally.
You know, she deserves it.
She's incredibly gifted. I always say with Drag Race, as long as you're proud of who you lost to, you don't really care.
I was more upset that I didn't win Miss Congeniality because I thought I was like a sweetheart the whole time.
Well.
Are you saying you don't agree?
Well.
You also didn't watch the season. These lies are not adding up.
I know, I have no skin in the game. This looks just bad. I don't know why I chose today. Luckily, my good side is facing toward you. Yes, bitch, this is the good side, unfortunately. You better put that black eyeshadow in the hairline, bitch.
You have to.
Work! You are out of your mind. Your makeup is out of this world, out of your mind. It's really crazy. I love it.
I feel like this is not even like as dark or like as much as it could be.
This is your day look.
This is like everyday look.
Yeah. But you know what I like about wearing big makeup, and maybe you feel this way. I remember like as a local queen, people would be like, so what is your version of makeup for like Pride? Like where the girls would go soft for the daytime gig. I said, that's cute for all of you. I'm gonna look exactly the
I was just about to say, no, that's why everyone's like, I hate daytime drag. I'm like, babe, don't matter to me. It's gonna look the same regardless.
The exact same. I'm like, hope you like it.
But I will slap on the Party City rainbow, like synthetic bob.
There's nothing better than a drag queen in a, you know when they don't do their eyes and they just have sunglasses on?
Yeah, her name is Rose. I work with her every day on Work the World.
Have you ever toured with Thorgy? Honey, that makeup bag, that
she gives me
that CVS bag full of eye pencils. She sits super close to a mirror like this, like this close to a mirror. hair. And she has a scattering of actual Halloween store eye pencils and a green clown wig. And
I love that. I love that, honestly.
Yeah, I love her. I stayed at a gig, the Standard Highline in New York a few months ago. And I walked outside, I was there alone, and I was like, I wonder what I'm gonna do tonight. And I walked outside and I heard that bitch's voice reading trivia. And I was like, you're telling me of all the hotels to stay in, she's doing trivia at my hotel. So I went and sat alone and watched and played trivia. Who's your favorite drag racers? Like before you did it, who was your faves?
Ooh, top 3 favorite, I would have to say Kennedy Davenport, only because it's auntie, of course, and she's a great performer. I think she's not only a great dancer, she's actually really good at like, even like slow numbers and things like that.
She is.
Love Bianca Del Rio.
Love.
And honestly, we'll put them together. I think Bob and Monet are so sickening.
Monet is so beautiful.
I love Monet.
That makeup in person, we gotta get her on the channel.
And actually, this is not in order, by the way, just like all top. Like honestly, I love Naomi Smalls too. That bitch is so sickening.
She is. That face is amazing. That body's amazing. The performer, great performer. Great lip syncer. You don't always expect people who look like Naomi, the really, really beautiful, you know, to be the best performers. You expect them to walk around. That whore goes hard. Or like Kennedy, you see somebody in like a pageant gown and you think, oh, Kennedy's hilarious on a microphone. Like I think with drag queens, you can't like make any assumptions. You never know what people are gonna be good at. What's the lip today? What are you doing?
I'm gonna start off like drawing some bird wings, like you're in like the 1st grade.
Then
yes. I love MAC pencils. I think MAC pencils are like.
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do.
I thought you already had your lips on. Have you ever used your natural lip shape?
You are vile for even suggesting that.
You should try it today.
Girl, you trying to get me at the gig. You're like a bad influence. You're like, no, do it. It's gonna look good.
It might work. Honestly.
Shut up!
You might love the way it looks.
You little liar.
Or like a little like lip plumping like gloss.
You little liar. God, that makeup is amazing in person. You guys, it looks even better in person. It's just amazing. Did you always start painting big or does it gradual?
I've always painted big.
Yeah, so that was like the original goal.
I feel also like when I started drag too was like, that was just a thing. You know, back then everyone was wearing like heavy makeup.
People did have a lot of makeup on for a while. Now it swung back the other way, that's how trend goes though.
Everything, I think big makeup's coming back in.
I hope so. I mean, it's like this year with Barbie, everything's gonna be pink, and the next summer is truly gonna be like white linens. For the lip, I'm doing this new mod. This is new mod from Sigma, which is just like peachy, like mauve color.
I always wish I could wear nude lips, and I hate the way it looks on me because I overdraw so much.
Yeah, I'm kind of delusional. Like I probably should be going darker, but I gotta put blush on. Do you have blush on?
Do I have blush on?
You sure do.
Maybe
bitch.
I'm shy.
I got this kimchi blush. Let's just do it. We did this for the Kimchi and Trixie collab, and I haven't busted it out in a while, so let's put that on, bitch. All right, so we're gonna step out and put lashes and hair on and everything, and we will be back with the final look. And we have the final look. We're an incredible drag and we have nowhere to go. Do you have a gig tonight or no?
I don't.
We're great. We're really done then. Let's be honest, we're in half drag and you all know it. So thank you for coming on the channel. Please let everybody know how they can support you.
Listen, I'm on Work the World for the rest of the year, and then I have my drag boot camp tour coming up with Sugar and Spice in Malaysia. So you can find me all over. We're gonna be in a city, a country, a state near you. Follow me across all the social medias, Mistress Isabelle Brooks. And I have my podcast coming out very soon, mistressisabelle.com, for everything and everything and everything and everything, Mistress.
Ooh, and I'm Trixie, you know where I'm at. Thank you so much for joining us. Drag is important, and some people elevate it to a very high level. So thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.